Hi, you guys. My name is Faye, and I need a vacation, and I think you do too. So let's distract ourselves with some reality TV nonsense. I'm so glad to be back. This video is going to be about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. We're going to do it differently, though. I'm not going to go episode by episode. Like, I missed so many episodes, and I'm so sorry for that. I apologize. Honestly, there's just been a lot going on, and I've been sick, and then I haven't had the time. Excuses. At the end of the day, like, it just doesn't make sense to make 3,000 catch-up videos. And also, I feel like I want to try out something new where I don't go episode by episode, scene by scene, but like I just talk about the episode and I just share my thoughts with you, and we'll see if you guys prefer watching that. So, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, honestly, it's been a mess. It has been making me so upset. It seems the overarching theme of this season is just destroy Lisa, take Lisa down, and we'll get into this. But because Meredith refused to join the taking down of Lisa, she's now also in the line of fire, and it's honestly like it's just a mess. I think we should go person by person and just talk about it a little. So the worst of the worst, I feel, is Heather. Heather is such a snake. Like, honestly, the worst kind of person. Like, she has spent all of these years being so desperate to be Lisa's friend. Like, oh, I want to be her friend, and her friendship is so important, and oh my God, and aw. And now Lisa finally let her in after years and years of years. And what does she do? Try to take her down. Like, honestly, to me, it seems like this lady is jealous of Lisa and has been jealous of Lisa this entire time. And probably she has still not gotten over the fact that Lisa called her a good time girl in season 1. And that's, when she decided to destroy her. And she spent all this time carefully ingratiating herself to her and like infiltrating Lisa's space and friend circle to then just take her down from within. And it's so disgusting and so vile. And it's also so pathetic in a way, because like Lisa, like I love Lisa, she's like one of my favorites on the show. Not saying she's a perfect person at all, I just find her very entertaining, and I just live for baby gorgeous, that's all. But the ladies put her on such a high pedestal. They make her way more important than she actually is. Like, they are the reason Lisa is that girl, just because they act the way they do. Like, Lisa's friendship and her opinion are just what matter the most in the world. It's honestly a little unhinged, if you ask me. And the whole season, Heather is going, well, Lisa is my friend, but like, she did this terrible thing, or she said this terrible thing, and like she just has a terrible personality. I don't expect her to be a good person. Like, I just want to be her friend. Like, I don't want to change her. Like, she's acting like Lisa is this monstrous human being and the worst person alive, but Heather's so gracious in wanting to be a friend and accepting Lisa in her villainous ways. And I'm like, girl, if you hate Lisa so much and she's such an awful person, why do you want to be her friend? Like, it makes no sense. Like, if I identify someone as being just nasty and evil, like, I just try to sidestep them. But no, Heather wants to be her BFF. And then it's like Heather is this desperado who brings all the gossip like to Lisa's doorstep. Like, she'll be like, oh, Bronwyn said this about you. Angie K thinks this about you, and they did this to you. Like, she'll run and bring all the bones to Lisa. But then when Lisa responds and says, well, F her, and she's a bitch, and this and that, then she's like, oh, Lisa, you're a terrible person, and you're actually a bitch too, and how could you say this? Like, it's so fake. It's so hypocritical, because like the whole issue between Lisa and the ladies started because of Bronwyn and Whitney and all of them talking about her lawsuits behind her back and dragging her. And the reason it really popped off is because Miss Heather went to Lisa and told her everything that was said. Like, and then Lisa is made out to be the bad person for reacting. And this scene on the yacht, honestly, that was hard to watch. It was so psycho. Heather was chasing this lady around the whole yacht. She was like, no, I'm following you. You're not gonna leave me. Admit it. Like, she was gaslighting this lady. It was crazy. Lisa was crying and sobbing. She's like, I can't believe you're accusing me of this. I can't believe they're doing this to me. I never done anything like this. I would never do anything like this. And Heather is just not stopping. She's like, admit it, just admit it. Like, it's crazy. She had Lisa sitting on the little floaty thing, like on the water, or maybe it wasn't like directly on the water, but she was like really down low on the yacht. She was just sobbing in the dark. Like, it was, honestly, I was a little worried for her safety because it just seemed dangerous to me. And it's all because Heather was so psychotic. I heard somewhere, maybe it was the Brooke Ashley, shout out to her, that Lisa said actually what happened was 10 times worse. Like, Heather was just psychotic. Those are my words, but yeah, it was a lot worse according to Lisa. And you could tell Heather and Whitney, because, you know, and that's why I have to say I respect Whitney a little more, because she has, you know, she had that stint of being Lisa's friend, but ever since that fell apart, she's been very solid in disliking Lisa and, you know, trying to take her down, having it out for her. But like, she's been, you know, upfront about it. Like, she hasn't been pretending to be her friend like Heather has, which is why I say she's psychotic. But anyway, Whitney and Heather tried to rope Meredith in to attacking Lisa and taking down Lisa several times. Like, when Angie's of course on board already, because for some reason she just hates Lisa now. I think maybe Angie sees Lisa as a threat for Senator Snowflake, and she just wants to make sure that she remains the VIP of the show, I guess, because Lisa does have a big fan base, regardless of how the women feel about her. But anyway, when Angie brought up this supposed lie, according to Lisa, of Lisa encouraging Angie to dig up dirt on Meredith's family members, and it was brought up, like Meredith brought it up to Lisa, and Lisa was like, no, never happened. I never did that. And as her friend, you know, wanting to believe the best about her friend, Meredith accepted that. And when I tell you, Heather like could not like handle that. Like, she was so upset. She was actually more upset than Meredith. And ever since then, like, they tried to rope Meredith in again on the yacht when they were like, listen, like, she's the person who's leaking all these stories about Bronwyn and it has to be her. And Meredith again was like, well, you know, if it was her, that's terrible, but you know, she probably didn't do it. And that's when they decided, listen, we're gonna take Meredith down as well. We're gonna get rid of both of them. And so the whole flight gate happened or didn't happen. Honestly, if you want my opinion, which I hope you do, because I hope that's what you're here for, I think it's BS. I think, yes, Meredith was unhinged in a way of just being very emotional, very upset. She probably was sobbing and crying. She probably was talking mad-ish about Brittany the entire time. Maybe she was even doing it in a loud way, hoping that she could hear it. Like, I'm not excusing Meredith's behavior. Like, I think for sure it was wrong, but I do not think she pulled Brittany's hair. I don't think Lisa pulled Brittany's hair. I don't think they ever touched her. I don't think they were shaking her seat like she claimed. Like, I don't think all these things were happening, that Meredith was just belligerent and raging and screaming, because honestly, this was a flight. This was an international flight. And had that happened, Meredith indeed would have been arrested by an air marshal. And even if one had not been there, she would have been restrained in some way by the flight crew. They would have, like, maybe not physical restraint, but what I'm saying is the crew would have intervened for sure. Brittany probably, or Meredith, would have switched seats. And also, she would have been met by the FBI, you know, deboarding the plane, just like Miss Portia Williams was. So please, like, it's not true. And then to have Brittany sitting there sobbing and like, oh, this was so traumatic and this was so bad and I'm shaking and oh my God. And they're like throwing her a literal pity party, being all fake, pretending they care about her. Meanwhile, they have done nothing but like shit on and bully this woman like ever since she's been on the show. Like, the biggest perpetrators being Angie K and Bronwyn, like with the high body count hair, like slut shaming her. Then you have Bronwyn just bullying her any chance she gets. Like, Bronwyn claimed Lisa is this awful person, but she's being an awful person to Brittany, like just dragging her for no reason about her hair and just being annoying. And then you have the ladies splashing whole buckets of water onto her. Like, but now they want to sit there and pretend they like her and give her stuffed animals with messages. Like, it's so fake, it's so cringe, and it's all just in an effort to take Lisa down. And it's just so obvious and so transparent. I literally hate it so much. But yeah, sorry, I went a little I went a little off course here. What I was meaning to say is the fact that Brittany's acting like this is the worst thing that's ever happened to her and the most traumatic, when she literally has children, like all her children don't speak to her. They hate her because she's a deadbeat mother, is just insane to me. And when she had that sit down with Heather, she acted, and Heather acted like she just survived a shark attack. Like, you ladies are ridiculous. Like, it's laughable. So who else? Let me see. Meredith, she doesn't have a lot of personal storyline going on this season, but I have to say she's had a few. Like, she's made me laugh a couple times with her rants, or as Brittany called them, seizures. I mean, that's pretty messed up. Like, I agree with Meredith, but it was funny. Like, every time Meredith gets activated and she does like these accent shifts and goes in on someone, like, she just has me on the floor. Like, that's the funniest part of the show, in my opinion. I'm really loving Mary this season. I honestly don't like that she's so close with Angie K, because I feel like, I don't know, something about that friendship is giving, like, not toxic, but maybe calculated on Angie's part. Like, maybe Angie latched onto her because Mary is so popular. Because remember, she was Jen Shaw's background dancer. She was Lisa's best friend. And now she hates both of them and is tearing them apart. So I just don't know if I trust her with Mary. But I love the whole Mary being more open and vulnerable about her son, about her church. And like I said, like, even though I think her family life, her marriage situation, that's like still pretty gross to me and just like off and bizarre. Like, I do like the fact that she seems happier and more calm and stuff. I do wonder if they're ever gonna call her out for some of her behaviors. I don't know, because she does, you know, mistreat the ladies at points, like the way she did Meredith at the beach for no reason. She was like, "You're boring, go find something to talk about." Like, and Meredith didn't even do anything to her. And also the way she went off on Angie K, like before even entering her house, she was like, "Oh, you finally opened the door. Usually I have to let myself in," and just like with an attitude. Like, and she never gets checked for some reason because the ladies are afraid of her. Maybe they're afraid of being labeled you know, racist, but like, whatever. Bronwyn, I mean, she's brought a lot. Like, honestly, I don't know how to feel about Bronwyn. I'm leaning towards not liking her. But I do have to say, like, very entertaining. Like, every time she gets dragged by her husband, like in every scene, we can just see that he is like not into her, like he's not feeling it. And her mother, of course, I do have to say, like, she is a liar, in my opinion. Blaming her legal situation coming out into the open on Lisa is just unfathomable to me. Like, lady, you were on a reality TV show. You're on a hit reality TV show. Like, you have been for 2 seasons. Like, people dig. And whether it's reality TV, movies, television, music, or even just being wealthy, as soon as you step into the spotlight and have a degree of fame, people start tearing your past apart. Like, they start digging into you. Like, there are people who have nothing else to do. Like, that is their hobby. That's like, and they're consumed by these strangers, and they make sure to know everything there is to know about them. And there's actually a Twitter, not saying this is this person, but there's actually a person who has been very straightforward the entire time that he is the one who brought out this information. Like, it's this guy on Twitter, I think his handle is at Bravo Derm or something, and he has been very open, like, yeah, it was me. I did this and this and that. I did a background check. I dug through Reddit. I like looked at the case numbers and the penal codes and stuff like that. Like, it's him. And he has literally said it has nothing to do with Lisa. This was me, my own curiosity. Like, he has been very open about disliking Bronwyn, and he calls her Conwyn, ever since she stepped on the show. So like, what does this have to do with Lisa? Like nothing at all. Like, matter of fact, he actually said that the only housewife he's been in contact with on the show was actually Angie K. So there's that. And yeah, I think it's just laughable to blame this on Lisa. I don't even know if the ladies believe what they're saying. They keep trying to like write this narrative about people leaking details about their castmates and like bringing up their mess. Like they first tried it with Meredith when they kept pinning it on her, like, oh, you're planting all these rumors and stuff like that. Meanwhile, they never had any proof. Now they shifted it on to Lisa ever since the Alibaba situation. And Whitney never had proof for that either. Lisa told her, bring out the proof. Her only proof was the phone call with this blogger. And he actually has come out and said that that call was misrepresented. He never said that Lisa did it. And like, where do we go from here? Like, they all have no proof against Lisa. It's all just hearsay, but they all take it as the truth and just roll with this narrative. And honestly, I think it's because they don't like her. They don't like her because they're jealous of her for whatever reason. Like I said, I'm not saying that Lisa does lead such a different life or she's better than anyone, but the ladies believe this. Like, they're literally jealous of her. They're threatened. They're just looking for a reason to take her down. And this just happened to fall into their lap. Like, listen, we're going to pin this Bronwyn thing on her. Then we're going to somehow blame Lisa for Meredith's crash out on the plane. Like, it makes no sense at all. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Whitney has nothing to give. Oh, also, what I found so bizarre was the conversation that Whitney and Bronwyn had about their marriages. I mean, Whitney was basically saying her and her husband had an open marriage and she is the one who steps out. Like, that's what I got from it. But then again, she did say she didn't want to start rumors about herself, but that's like the vibe she was giving me. And then you have Bronwyn, she's like, well, you know, like she was trying to package it as, well, I'm interested too in an open marriage and I could see myself trying these things. But basically what she's doing is accepting her husband cheating on her. That's all it is. She's like, please, I'm gonna let you cheat in peace. Like, let's just set it up to where like no one else calls it cheating. Let's just, you know, say we have an open marriage and this is our arrangement and then you can do whatever and I'm gonna look the other way. That's what she's doing. But to us, she's like, oh, well, maybe I want to try this and maybe I want to pick something for Todd. And you could see like it was even hard for her to form those words, to form those sentences. Like, this lady is not interested in an open marriage and any type of arrangement. She is interested in what she calls trying to evolve with Todd, but what I called keeping Todd. Because Todd is her meal ticket. And honestly, he must have a lot of money and Bronwyn must be incredibly dependent on him, like to just deal with that and to go that far. Like for Whitney, you could see that she really might like an open relationship because Whitney has always represented herself as this like sexual person, adventurous person, and her husband is a lot older than her, so whatever. But like with Bronwyn, it really just seems like desperation. Like, and interestingly enough, like a lot of times when men cheat on you and you take them back and forgive them, they lose all like respect for you and then they actually end up leaving you. And I feel like that's what could happen with Bronwyn and Todd. And mind you, Bronwyn does not give off the impression of a woman who didn't sign a prenup. It just seems like she is heavily dependent, like I said, on Todd. And if it's not financial, I think it's emotional. I think she's like very codependent on him. These are just my thoughts and observations. Like, there is this weird father-daughter dynamic that she has with him where she wants his approval on everything. She needs his opinion for everything. She talks in a baby voice when she speaks to him. And like, she'll sit there and cry if he doesn't praise her. She's like, aren't you proud of me? Aren't you proud of me? Like, it is very strange. And like, maybe that's what it is because I don't know how old she was when they met, but I know that like he's kind of the one that saved her daughter, that pulled her up out of this horrible situation with her mother and poverty. Well, I'm just saying poverty, but it can't have been like I'm sure was struggling being a single mother, you know, right out of college or like in the middle of college. So yeah, I don't know. It's like crazy what's going on. And it's honestly making this show like not very fun to watch for me anymore. Yeah. Oh, the last person I wanted to touch on is Angie K. I think that she's coming across as very desperate and very rehearsed this season. I also don't like the way her and Whitney are so physical and so aggressive towards Lisa. You have Whitney like pulling on Lisa's arm. You have Angie consistently standing up and shouting over the table at Lisa. Angie was throwing things at Lisa. I think, yeah, and Whitney was throwing things at Lisa too. She was throwing napkins at Lisa. Angie was out here throwing Amex cards at Lisa. Like, I just don't like that. I don't like when people can't keep their hands to themselves. And like in last season, in one of the episodes, I don't know if it was last season or the season before that, but Angie literally kicked over a chair and it just seemed so rehearsed and like pathetic and embarrassing. Not in the heat of the moment. She just like kicked over the chair, like it's like a toddler would stomp their feet, and it's just, it doesn't seem authentic to me. I think she let the fan excitement and hype gas her up and get to her head, and now she's just trying to serve in every scene, and she's just doing the most. Yeah, I don't like it, but that's it for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, hopefully I will see you later on our next vacation. Until then, bye.